So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is twofold. You cover your current affairs on a daily basis, but we want you to revise them as well. And what better way to revise these current affairs than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Because if you follow this lecture series regularly, then these 4 to 5 MCQs covered on a daily basis would compound, would add up to more than 1200 MCQs. Now, 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone are more than sufficient for your prelims examination. So, needless to say this, but make this lecture series a part of your daily routine because it will be really beneficial for you for your prelims examination. You wouldn't have to worry about your current affairs portion while appearing for your prelims examination. Okay, so let's start today's discussion, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding RBI's remittances survey. Majority of remittances in India comes from Gulf Cooperation Council countries. 78% of Indian migrants in US work in high-paying sectors sending larger sums. 42% of India's trade deficit is compensated by remittances from abroad. Now look, what are remittances? Well, there are many Indians who work abroad, outside India. And they work, they earn money, and they send some money back home to their family members, right? Now, that is known as remittances. So, there are countless Indians working abroad and they send remittances, and they send a lot of remittances. Collectively, this forms a very dominant portion through which India earns money. Okay, so remittances, we receive a lot of remittances. India receives a lot of remittances. India is rank number 1 when it comes to remittances. Now, majority of remittances in India used to come from Gulf countries. But recently, as per RBI's remittances survey, it was found that advanced economies, advanced countries like USA, UK, Canada, Australia, right? They have replaced Gulf countries. Now, most of India's remittances, close to 50% of India's remittances, come from advanced countries, and close to around 37% of remittances come from Gulf Cooperation Council countries or Gulf countries. Okay, so advanced countries have replaced Gulf countries as source of remittances, and this is basically good news because mostly workers who went to Gulf countries, they went for low paying jobs, construction worker jobs, semi skilled jobs. But people who are going to advanced countries, they are going for high skilled jobs, right? Which requires a lot of technical expertise, medical expertise, or I mean, basically, these are high skilled jobs, right? So, if advanced economies form the majority share of India's total remittances, that is good news. That means more and more Indians are searching for high paying, high skilled jobs. Okay, so majority of remittances in India come from GCC? No, they come from advanced economies. In fact, 78% of Indian migrants in US work in high paying sectors like doctors, engineers, scientists. Okay, so this part is correct. Now, India receives a lot of remittances, okay, and that is beneficial for India. The thing is, India runs a huge trade deficit. What do you mean by trade deficit? Well, trade deficit is the difference between India's imports and exports. So let's suppose India imports $100 billion of goods and exports $60 billion of goods. Then this remaining $40 billion is India's trade deficit. Okay, this is the net loss, outflow of money from India. Okay, now 42% of this trade deficit is compensated by remittances. So we are running a trade deficit, but 42% of it is compensated for because we are earning remittances. So this is good news for India. We earn a lot of remittances, and those remittances are going to increase in future because now those remittances are coming from high paying jobs in advanced economies. So the answer to this question would be only two statements are correct. Okay, first statement is false. The answer is B. Question number 2. Which of the following statements is correct regarding Ottawa Convention? It is an international treaty that bans anti-personnel landmines. It has a membership of 164 countries, which includes India. It was adopted in 1997 and enforced in 1999. The treaty has provisions for assisting the victims of landmines. Okay, so look, what is Ottawa Convention? Ottawa Convention is an international treaty that bans, producing, using, stockpiling, and transferring anti-personnel landmines. Okay, these are those weapons which are buried under the ground, and as soon as a person steps on them, it explodes. Okay, they're used in warfare. Now, Ottawa Convention seeks to ban this. Okay, so first statement is correct. And it has the membership of 164 countries. This is also correct. But major powers of the world like USA, Russia, China, India, and even Israel, these major powers of the world are not its members. Okay, it boasts a large membership, 164 countries, but these powerful countries are not in its members. That means they can produce, stockpile, use landmines. Okay, so it has membership of 164 countries, absolutely correct, which includes India. It doesn't include India. It was adopted in 1997 and enforced in 1999, absolutely correct. Now, this treaty not only bans anti-personnel landmines, it also has provisions to assist victims of landmines. Okay, so this part is also correct. 1, 3, and 4 only are correct. The answer is C. Question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding Vibrant Villages program. It is a program that was launched in 2023 to improve quality of life, infrastructure, and security situation in border villages. VVP Part 2, Version 2 was recently launched to secure border villages of 17 states and UTs. The time period for VVP2 is 2024-25 to 28-29 with a financial outlay of 6,839 crores. Okay. So back in 2023, Government of India launched Vibrant Villages program. The reason for that is that India's land borders are they're very important as far as security of India is concerned, right? But the problem is because these are sensitive locations. Land borders are sensitive locations when it comes to security. The people residing in these areas suffer a lot. They suffer economically, they suffer security wise, and that is why these areas, these border villages are underdeveloped. And that is why, because there are not many livelihood of these border villages, therefore drug traffickers, criminals, underworld people, they recruit these people, unemployed people in border villages for their operations. Okay, so therefore these border villages need to be developed, okay, so that they become a part of India's growth story. So India launched Vibrant Villages program so as to develop quality of life over there, develop infrastructure over there, because if that place would have better infrastructure, you'll have better security also in border villages. So this part is correct. Now, currently, its second version is being launched with the time period of 2024-25 to 28-29 with a financial budget of this much. So this part is correct. And it was recently launched to secure border villages of 17 states and UTs. This part is also correct. Okay. So all three statements are correct. The answer is D. Question number 4. Consider the following statements regarding initiatives adopted at 6th BIMSTEC Summit, which happened in Bangkok recently, Thailand. Okay. Bodhi Initiative is a program that aims to develop Buddhist pilgrimage circuit in India, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, and Thailand. A pilot study has been launched in this summit to assess the regional needs in digital public infrastructure. BIMSTEC Chamber of Commerce shall be established and BIMSTEC Business Summit shall be organized in India every year. So look, we have discussed BIMSTEC many times in the past, right? BIMSTEC is a regional grouping of South Asian and Southeast Asian countries, okay? It has 7 members. It includes India, it includes Bangladesh, it includes Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Thailand, right? So there were many initiatives that were adopted at this 6th summit, okay? One initiative was Bodhi Initiative, and Bodhi Initiative is all about training human resources of all these countries, all these 7 countries, okay? It has nothing to do with Buddhism, okay? It is just a human resource development program, training, skill development, all these things. It has nothing to do with developing Buddhist pilgrimage circuit. So this is false. Now, in this summit, a pilot study has been launched to assess the requirements of digital public infrastructure. Since India has shown to the world how to create and use digital public infrastructure, therefore India has offered that it will help other countries develop their own digital public infrastructure. This part is correct. Now, in this summit, BIMSTEC Chambers of Commerce was established, and it said that every year we shall organize BIMSTEC Business Summit in India also. Okay, so this part is also correct. So only 2 and 3 statements are correct. The answer is B. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. And by revision, I mean spending another 5 to 10 minutes going through written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ. Okay, now these solutions are found in our notes, and these notes can be found on our Telegram channel. Now, where can you find our Telegram channel? Well, just below this video in the comment section, you'll find a link. Just click on that link. It will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for this lecture and do the necessary revision. And on that note, I'll be signing off with the promise of seeing you again with another set of MCQs. Thank you, everyone.